clarification that Martina Mewule and others are now seen as the real authentic members of the assembly. Others say no, it doesn't touch on the matter of defection, that it only said that it is status bad, and as such, the higher court or an appellate court will give proper definition as to whether there was a defection or not. Joining me to have the conversation and other things like the local government election slated for the 5th of October is Honorable Chidi Llyod, who is, the former chairman EMOHUA local government area. Welcome, Honorable Llyod. It's good to have you. Hello? I didn't get you clearly. Can you hear me? Oh my. Is it a network issue? Can you hear me, sir?
Hard Facts will be right back.
You spend a lot of your hard-earned money to purchase the things in your house and at your business centers. And thus, you must do what you can to protect and maintain them. Accidents can and do happen. So we at 92.3 Nigeria Info would like to encourage you to take the following steps to prevent a fire outbreak. First, install a fire alarm. Ask your electrician about fire alarms, as some can be affordable. Educate children around you. Take time to explain the dangers of fire and teach them the safety protocols and numbers to call in case of emergencies. Be wary of electrical appliances. They may make our lives easier, but they can be dangerous when they become faulty. Ensure a professional repairs or helps with the installation of home appliances. Do not make illegal power connections. Exercise caution when cooking. As you prepare your food, please stay close by. Resist the urge to take a nap or do other things whilst cooking. Also, ensure flammable substances are not close to your burner. Do not store fuel or diesel at home. Many fires have started because of petroleum products being stored in the homes of many Nigerians. Get a fire extinguisher. A fire extinguisher will go a long way to either reduce the spread or stop a fire if caught early. Keep fire-causing tools and items safe in storage. And finally, regular training, reminders, and updates to both family and staff members will keep individuals alert to safety protocols. Know the emergency numbers to call.
This is Hard Facts.
All right, it is 4:15. Apologies, the network is terrible, so we have to look for an alternative to have the conversation. But yes, still joining me on the show is Honorable Chidi Llyod. Honorable, you were trying to tell me something you are not so pleased about. What was that? The network wasn't really clear. Can you?
Yeah, Canada, I take exception to you referring to me as the former chairman of the board. I'll check you several years this program.
Okay.
And when you continue with that, I will stop.
Okay, so educate me, Honorable Llyod. When you say you're not the former, can you hear me?
I'm the chairman of EMOHUA local government.
Oh,
Pursuant to the provisions of the law that have been passed by the Local Government Assembly, we know it.
okay.
Pursuant to the position of the Supreme Court in the matter that was decided between AG Federation and AG of the states of the Federation, particularly at the particular judgment opinion of Justice Abiru. And I said severally that I take attention to you referring to me in that case.
All right. Apologies for that. But let's get into the nitty gritty for today. Let's start with Justice Lifo's judgment. I believe you are in the know. I mean, you've read the reports. You probably were in court that day. Some lawyers say it is not victory for your camp. Others say it is victory for your camp. How are you taking that judgment? Let's start from there.
The problem I have is that people in Rivers State today, unfortunately, people support who they like and not the truth. So no matter how the truth is because of a particular person is no longer the truth. So I find it very difficult to begin to make comments continually over something that is as clear as a crystal ball. However, Justice Lifo's judgment is clear. He has said when a man does not do a thing within the period that he is supposed to do what he is supposed to do, he will describe that as satisfied. And here, according to the judgment, that some persons who masquerade as members of the African People's Party or All People's Party went to court to ask the court to the truth as the right of Martin Sabehile and his colleagues just as pursuant to the purported defection. So the court said, well, you are welcome, but what happened was that you are supposed to have time within 14 days after the action, so 14 days after the action took place. You didn't do so. You slept over your rights and came approach the court 8 months after. And the court revoked the doctrine, legal doctrine of statute bad to say that you are stopped from talking about that matter because you slept over your rights. So that's one of the reasons why the judgment went the way it went. And immediately the judgment was delivered, I hear people started making comments as to say, oh, the judgment doesn't say anything. The judgment would have said something. They have said, oh, that is amazing how to see. But because the judgment didn't go that way, it didn't therefore say anything. So we have a difficulty in around here because common sense doesn't prevail again. So the people are giving the judgment. I'm sure that it is not the man who the judgment favors that will go on appeal. So let's see who will go on appeal. Because as we stand, from the question we ask, both parties are satisfied with the judgment. Or the judgment rather favors both parties. So let's see who will go appeal. It will definitely not be the man who the judgment favors.
All right. I think the APP has, said something about going on an appeal. But,
Yeah, it is saying that I wanted you to say it. I didn't want to really want to say that.
okay. I
They are
have
doing
I have
this
said
from
it
West
now.
East.
I have said it now.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
but
Okay.
let's go forward now. So you're saying it favors the Ameole's camp. Um,
That's what I'm telling you.
how does this affect
A man sought to declare your seat better, and the court said no. You can't declare your seat. Your seat can be declared better because the man didn't do what he had to do on time. So
Okay.
the government is better.
Okay, now, like I
So
said,
who does it favor?
given your stance, it favors the Ameole's camp. And so the next question is, how does this affect governance now, not politics, governance in River State?
However, that has been the problem I have in all of these, where how does it affect governance? Of course, governance is not working. No matter how anybody looks at it, it takes on a country. Nothing is working. People are circumspect about investing. The policy is full of uncertainty. So nobody will come and take a dive in a situation like that. So one would have wished that we weren't where we are. But because I keep saying it, person who I describe as a federally displaced politicians who have launched a serious attack on the soul of the party and have come up now after having been defeated roundly, after having been able to pursue their ambition, and now gathered under the movement and have unleashed millions on the policy. All of those who were supporters of candidates of different parties in 2023 are now the Hallelujah boys. After people worked hard to solve the 22 local government areas, some of us were handed by those who are now singing the Hallelujah boys to us today. But we give them all the place. I've always told myself, it doesn't matter how many times the man falls, that is the better the ability to stand up. For me, I invested in the business and I was hooked. And I keep saying it, I keep telling people, so I will not kill myself because the big street. I have since getting up and going back to my place to risk exercise. And I got to make take lectures and not to do lectures and how to venture into business and not to make the kind of mistakes we made again. So that is what is important for me.
All right.
So not to be analyzing situation in the state and all that. And people are not listening. Nobody.
All right, we're really having terrible network issues at this point, so I will try to reconnect with my guests. It's making it all horrible and terrible to listen to, the network I'm in. But let's go for a quick commercial. When we do come back, we will talk some more. Once again, I apologize. The network is terrible. Yes, I know, but we will try to make a good conversation. Still, I am Kaladako Rubatabo. This is Hard Facts, and you're listening to 92.3 Nigeria Info. With me on the show is Honorable Chidi Llyod. Welcome back on the show, sir. Good to have you. All right. So before we went on that commercial and before the network cut us off, you were talking about how it affects governance in Rivers State. But let's switch the conversation a little bit. The PDP in Rivers State is saying it would not participate in the local government election slated for the 5th of October. It is given as reason. However, you also mentioned a court judgment that backs your, position as chairman of EMOHUA. You've mentioned that. How do you see the elections that will be held on the 5th of October? Remember, the Supreme Court had given its judgment saying that states should conduct democratically or democratic elections for local governments in their domain.
Well, it is not new. States did not just start conducting local government elections in their domain as a result of the recent decision of the Supreme Court. It is something that has been the usual practice. But the chairman of my party, the Honorable Chidi, did not just come out to say the People's Democratic Party will not be part of the election. He gave reason. He said, in the face of plethora of litigation, it will be the People's Democratic Party will be unable to participate in the case in the forthcoming local government election as a result of the plethora of cases that are at different levels of court. Because one way or the other, it will be the outcome if it doesn't go well, if it doesn't go in line with what the court will be exercising futility. And it is for that reason that stakeholders of the People's Democratic Party met and took that decision. So that is all I will say with regard to the decision of my party not to be part of the challenge that is slated for the 5th of October.
Okay, so some people, would argue or would ask the question, there is the debate as to whether, you and your colleagues or the CTC chairman are the right administrators at the local government level. Some would say, instead of that debate to continue, why not conduct the election? Everybody test their popularity at the polls, and whoever wins, goes into office, and that will be the end of the debate, and to an extent solve some of the political issues we have in the state. So, I'm throwing that question to you now. Why not participate so we can have new chairman and solve this problem once and for all?
Well, you just relate to me what the opinion of is, what some people think. Whoever thinks anyway is absolutely within his or her right. We are also within our right not to give credence to a challenge. That's why we do not want to get involved. This will not be the first election that we will be getting involved. But if a man chooses not to, there is nothing on your way. We are aware that the Federal High Court has stopped INEC from releasing voter register. So what will they now use to conduct the election? But I have heard people say they will use the old one, which they used in 2021. And I have asked, between 2021 and 2024, it is possible that no one has turned a team in Rivers State who will supposed to be an eligible voter who ought to vote and participate in the choice of who administers him or her at the local government. So all of these are the issues that would that are on the front border. Can you really decide people?
But Risek says it already had, it had collected the voters register from INEC just before that order restraining INEC came in.
Well, no problem. We will know. The Risek says so. We haven't heard from INEC. The order in yours on INEC. INEC has not told us that they have given the register to INEC before the order came. We will know all that when the matter is finally adjudicated. We will know who is saying what. But the most important thing is that there are issues surrounding that whole thing, and one would ask which law are they using to conduct the local government elections? Which law? Is it the law of the EMOHUA Assembly or the law from
2018. 2018. All right. So let me.
I find it very difficult to, because one is almost turning to a sick man, and I find it difficult to want to use the kind of words I would have used when I was younger. My prayer has always been for God to intervene and show His mercy. What the people want to hear now is not who wears his pants, how. That's not what we're interested in. We're interested in the kind of good governors that go to today. The governor of Apaido launched his back to school, back to farm program, and you can see the multitude of crowds that participated. There is hunger in the land. That is what is important now, and not how many persons make up one and 2-3 people sit down.
All right. Now let me come in now. Let's look at some. You are a lawyer. Let's look at some of the issues, legal issues that have been raised. For instance, RISEC is saying that there is no court order or no court that can stop it from performing its duties as enshrined in the law that made up or that created RISEC. What's your reaction to that?
Well, my reaction would be that RISEC probably is the creation of a canon law. Because the creation of RISEC establishment must have been among one of the laws of Moses, one of the laws which Moses collected direct from God. So I'm unable to comment on that. If RISEC is established as a canon law, then one will not challenge God's law. But if it is the RISEC law, which I am privileged to be part of midwifery as a former member of the State Assembly, I do not know which aspect or which position of the law they are putting. But whatever happens is that whatever happens, you be tested with the court of law. That is where different people go to settle disputes. So it is not about the phrase, the list of the guy that will solve this whole problem. It will finally be adjudicated where people who are agreed will approach the court. And the good thing here is that the court is for everybody, leveler. So that is the much I can say with regards to that.
All right.
If RISEC says nobody can stop them, I say okay, no problem. At the end of the day, we know who is saying is saying what.
Just to be clear, you've quoted, or you've cited certain judgments of court as backup to the claim that you and your colleagues are still chairmen of the various local governments in the state. Now, some would say you and your colleagues have been quiet for some time. Some would say that you have not quoted the right thing or you have not cited the right thing. Can you expatiate for that? And can you tell us what you have been doing all this while, as chairman or as chairman of the various local governments?
Canada, you are aware that the Lagos State House of Assembly, when it observed that the governor was being economical with the conduct of local government elections, immediately invoked the doctrine of necessity and extended the mandate of the people, which were given to us, by 6 months, within which the government would have been ready to conduct elections. And it was not peculiar to Rivers State. It happened in Japan. The government of Apara and the State Assembly extended the tenure of that assembly by 6 months. And also in the sister state where in the Cross River also extended the tenure of this local government. So, contrary to that, people argue that the state assembly do not have power, that it's only the National Assembly that can do so, and send the powers of the president in an event that elections are not able to, the elections couldn't hold due to force majeure. The Supreme Court on the 11th of July also said no, disagreed with those who thought in that regard. That Section 105 or so, 102, that applies to the National Assembly to extend the tenure of Mr. President, can also, the State Assembly can also validly extend the tenure of council chairman by a period not exceeding 6 months, in the event that elections could hold. And that put pain to all of those discussions on whether the State Assembly validly did so. So that's the position. All of these government institutions are a creation of the law. That's what is important. But you see, we here, once it doesn't favor you, the law is no longer tenable. Whatever law, whatever thing that anybody says is not correct. We have seen the shenanigans that are going on. And like you said my colleagues that now have been fired. Of course, there was no time that we have been running around with masquerades, running from pillar to post and drumming. No. We will not be acting all of those Nollywood movies that we see in recent times. We are a focused set and doing our thing quietly and allowing the rule of law to prevail. And certainly, it may take some time, but it will finally find a halt. We will arrive at destination, and you can assure you that.
All right. So now, I guess one perspective that you and maybe the PDP in Rivers State may not have looked at is the perspective of what if RISEC has followed the right processes and the matter is to court. Wouldn't the courts rule in favor of RISEC? And if the court does rule in favor of RISEC, it means that the chairman who will emerge as a result of that election will stand. Once again, have you thought about it from that angle?
No, why don't allow us to bother about that? There is no law, let me also tell you. There is no law that says that Chidi Llyod must be the chairman of our local government forever and ever. There is no such law. Right? I have communications with nothing. But we are talking about procedure. Law. I mean, no chairman is emerged as a result of through the barrel. We all were elected at some point or the other. But we are saying that we must obey rule of law, so that this place does not, the society does not become British, like Thomas will describe it. So we must follow the rule of law. That's what we are saying. So if eventually, at the end of the day, the supported elections hold and people go to court and INEC reset or whatever you call it, merge the students, so be it. So, but what we are saying is that we will not, as a political party, give preference to obvious illegality. We don't do it interpreting the law. The most important thing now is that the courts will speak. And the courts, we have the lower courts, we have appellate courts. So it's going to be a roller coaster. Because at the end of the day, like I told you, we will arrive at destination.
Who is receiving allocation or allocations at the local government level? Because you,
like that.
I'm going somewhere. Please, Honorable Llyod, be calm. I'm asking this question because the people of Rivers State would like to know. You have cited the Supreme Court. I do understand the other camp, because you politicians are in camps now. I do understand the other camp also has got what they are holding as legal backing. And for some while, we've seen the CTC chairmen who are no longer in office. Some of them receive allocations, or they claim they receive allocations. Are you also claiming you've been receiving allocations in the past 3 or more months?
The governor of Rivers State had illegally withheld my allocation since March. So I have not received allocation since March of 2024. So that answers your question. The reason why I laughed was that it is because someone joked with me to say it is we who receives allocation that is chairman of council. So when you do that question at me, it immediately spike that discussion I have with that fellow. So since March I have not been able to discharge the functions of my office as a result of the illegal, as a result of the use of brute force by very powerful government.
But Dr. Llyod, if you are citing the Supreme Court as your legal backing, right, then shouldn't you be receiving the allocation based off, the Supreme Court judgment that says...
Canada. I'd like you, the Supreme Court is the final court of the land, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you leave all of that. At the appropriate time, you will know who gets what. I wouldn't want you to push me to saying things that I ordinarily shouldn't say on air. Okay? I have told you that my answer to your question is that since March of 2024, I stopped receiving allocation because of the use of force by the governor of Rivers State. And we thank God for the Supreme Court of the land. We are here. But one thing I can assure you, everything that have not been done properly will be done properly. Okay, you can take that to the back.
All right. The crisis, the political crisis in Rivers State, has graduated to the national level. When I talk the People's Democratic Party, the question is there a possibility for a reconciliation? Because there are reconciliatory moves being made by the party to see how, the FCT minister and the governor can shake hands and be political allies again. Do you see a political solution? I know I've asked you this question before, but I'm very optimistic, and I'm asking the question again. Do you see a political solution? And what do you think the solution is? 2 in 1 question.
I honestly would have answered this question if I were the state president of either the governor or the minister for FC. So it is difficult to answer whether there will be any solution to it. So it is difficult. This one, I'm not directly involved. So,
But you're a member of the PDP. You're a member, and you're on one camp.
I am, yeah.
You are
But
in
I'm
one.
neither the governor, I'm neither the governor nor the minister. Because you talk about reconciling both of them, isn't it?
Yeah.
So if you are saying Kalada Koru and Chidi, Llyod, I can say, okay, I will forgive Kalada of all his trespasses. But this is difficult because I'm not involved.
Okay.
And I cannot speak.
What do you think, as a party man, a PDP party man, and I do believe from reports that you are in the camp of the FCD minister, what do you think is the likely solution to this problem? Can you even tell us what the problem is? Because a lot of Rivers people, including myself, don't know what the problem is.
I wish I knew what the problem is before and after the elections. I wish I knew. But I can tell you that justice.
What is justice in this case? Because once again, Rivers people do not know. What is justice?
You ask me a question. You say, "What do I think?" And I say, "Justice."
Okay.
Justice for all. Justice for all. What is just when you take decisions that are just and equitable? It doesn't matter who doesn't agree. But you see, all of these issues, most of them are in court. So just today, I was watching the screening of the acting Chief Justice of Nigeria by the Senate of the Federal Republic. And I heard the Senate President ask the CJN to do something about lawyers who make comments on cases that are still before the courts. That this is very adulterous and it's not good for the policy. So you can see how I'm struggling not to be the first to decide what is happening to them as said today.
All right. Okay. Okay. But you know, is back to my question, is there a possibility for an out of court settlement? Is there once again a political solution in your opinion, as a politician who has been in the game for many years? Do you see a political solution? In politics you all say no permanent friend, no permanent foe. Do you see a political solution?
We begin to settle all of these cases, each dispute out of court. The courts will be full. We just find that nobody will be in the courts. So some of these disputes, when they continue, it also further enriches our jurisprudence. So some cases should be encouraged to end in the courts, so that other people will know what they shouldn't do and what they should do. So don't encourage every dispute to be settled out of court.
All right.
So dispute should end in court.
Okay. We are out of time. Do you have any other thing you would like to share with us? Any other message?
Well, I'd like to say to you that we thank God for today, and we will continue to pray to God to lessen the yoke of Nigeria and create our leaders to take the right decisions in order to alleviate the suffering of the masses. I think that is what is important. The world should be on the front burner of every leader in this country at this time. We need sober reflection. People are there is anger in their hunger, and this is not just for the leaders alone. It's also for the followers. those who try to maximize profit from their little corner and blame it upon the president and so on and so forth. I'd like everybody to know that there are layers of governance and layers of governance. The same leadership that you demand from the president, also demand it from the governors of your state, demand it from the chairman of your local government, demand it from your representatives in the National and State Assembly and your councillors. So together, if all hands are on deck, we will make a great nation.
All right. I've got to go, but thank you very much for your time, Dr. Llyod. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Colin. It's always a pleasure to meet you.
All right, then. All right, keep listening to 92.3 Nigerian. For the conversation did not go as planned. The network was really terrible, and it threw the conversation off balance for a bit, I should say. But yeah, there were a couple of things to glean from the conversation. The former chairman is saying they're still chairman. I don't even know how to describe it, but they're citing the Supreme Court judgment on local government autonomy. We'll talk about this and many more. Just stay tuned. Commercial break up next.